Hey guys, TikTak here with another video. This is your 7-minute Conquest guide, just like 7-minute abs, but with Smite. I've seen a lot of requests and stuff for a quick tutorial on what to do when the game first starts. This is not for experienced players, this is for players that are new or are coming from other MOBAs, League, and want to know the 3 best options to take from level 1 to 5, for those are the most important minutes in the game. Boom! Knowledge. Where you can start, where you should start, and why. I waited for 4.13 to come out to see if there might be any meta changes, whatever the hell meta means, and I didn't really notice anything. However, I guess everything is subject to change, and this whole thing will be pointless anyway. With that out of the way, let's get started. First, these are the gods you should play in mid. You can play a few hunters, but please stop picking Chibalanke and swearing that it works. You're lying to yourself, you're lying to me, and worst of all, you're lying to your team. The items on the side of the screen are what you should take into mid with you. Grab a few potions and you're good to go. Now for your pathing. Green is going to be the most common path. Start in mid, clear a wave, and if you're ahead, you will normally invade the enemy speed. Then go back to mid lane. See? Quick and easy. Red. Clear first minion wave, and if you're even or behind, just go to your speed, clear that, the camp, and you'll hit level 2. Ding ding, and go back to mid. Small hiccup here, if you're low and get pushed out of mid, do not contest your buff, your speed buff. Let it go and get your red, or possibly, this is more risky, try to steal their speed. And lastly, blue. Say you're playing Scylla and Ao Kuang. Why would you do that? I do not know. And you know you're going to be out cleared in mid, start at your speed. Clear that 1, 2, 3, and take safe pathing back to mid, and you'll hit level 2 on the beginning of the next wave. Easy mode. Next. Once again, these are the gods you will generally play, although a lot of warriors work here too, but remember, this is for your new player who wants a general idea on what and when to do it. This is kind of more complicated than mid because you have a few options here and a lot of changes on what you should do, but I promised you 3 options, so here we go. Green, start in mid lane, clear first wave, and then if you have their minions pushed up really far, you can try for a cheeky invade, which I described in the last section. If you're even or behind, just go to your speed and clear that. You'll hit level 2 and get your ass back to mid. Red, this is probably my favorite start as a jungle. Start in mid lane and clear your wave. Now whether you're ahead or not, just go to your speed. Do not try for an invade, you need all the time you can get. Clear your speed buff and then go to fire minions. Only clear the small creeps and head right over to solo lane. Now sometimes you can get an early kill here depending on how aggressive the enemy solo laner is. If you outpressure the enemy solo laner, invade their blue. If not, go to your solo laner's blue, then back to solo lane to clear the wave, and then get the big fire creep. And then you guessed it, right back to mid. And finally, blue. This is for you Nox and Ao Kuang players. Once again, why? You have 0 pressure in lane, so you're going to start at your speed. Clear that, take safe pathing back to lane, and you'll hit level 2 when you kill the 3 brawler minions on your second wave. Now, depending on pressure in lane, you have 3 options. Going to your red is the safest. Going to their red is the second safest, but look out for where their support and ADC are. Most dangerous is going to be the enemy speed, but it has the biggest payoff. See, jungle is easy. Next is solo lane. Once again, these are the gods you should play in solo lane. And you can play a few assassins and a few guardians, but mainly this is what you're going to do. Also, almost guaranteed that one of these 2 gods will be in your game, so good luck. Let's start at green. Solo lane is pretty simple because you're by yourself, like all the goddamn time. Start in your lane and clear the first wave. Immediately run over the fire minions and meet your jungler there to clear the small guys. Now, you could get your blue here, but you're going to lose pressure in lane, so make sure it's the right choice if you choose to do so. Now red. This is newer and a different start, but I've had consistently good results. Pick your starter item, and if your god has somewhat decent clear, grab a Bumba's Mask and start at your blue. Clear it as fast as humanly possible and get your ass back to lane. You will lose 2 or 3 creeps under tower, but you will hit level 2 first and will possibly be able to get a kill on your enemy solo laner. If not, no big deal, but head straight back to fire minions and clear the big guy. Then, back to lane. Now blue, this was popular at the end of Season 3, early Season 4. I haven't seen it often, but it does happen. You start behind the mid harpies, and when the mid wave hits, you try and get a first blood on the enemy mid or jungler. Whether it works or not, immediately use your teleport and teleport to your own tower in solo lane. This start is cheeky as hell, and more often than not lands you a first blood. Just try to do it with someone who has decent CC at level 1. Now lastly, support and ADC. These are the gods you're going to be playing. I'm going to group these two together because when you're new to the game, these are the 3 starts you're most likely going to do. At the end, I'll show you one different start you can pull off, but you need your team's understanding and cooperation. So normally just stick with the first 3. Lastly, this lane is all about out-farming your opponent and to get ahead and win a fight because you have gold and level advantage. You're not trying to outbox everybody in the world. Now let's get into it. First we have green. This is going to be your most basic start. You start in dual lane and clear the first wave. Now if you have the enemy pushed into their tower, go to the enemy purple and red and clear the small minions there. Go straight back to lane and this will put you at level 2 and you'll have an advantage. If you get out cleared, they should go to your purple and red. And unless you have communication with your mid, just let them have it and push the minion wave back into their tower. That leaves you open for maybe an invade on their purple and red. It's just a safer way to do, and I see a lot of people just, try to contest and die because of it. Now red, this is kind of another new start, but a lot of people like to start at their red buff and lose a few minions to tower, and you will have a level and power advantage, so use it. Also, this takes one less camp off the map for the enemy to invade upon. Just make sure you have a safe pathing back to lane and start clearing like normal. Lastly, this blue is a little different. It's just meant for supports. Around level 4 or 5, I'm just trying to show you that the support should rotate. With a surprise rotation from a support's ultimate, it may net you an early kill. And lastly, we got the last little hunter thing I was telling you guys about. As a hunter, you start at your own red by yourself without your support. You clear your red and you go straight to lane. Your support goes to mid, but I don't really suggest this start. It puts your support, your mid, and your jungler very far behind. I just wanted to show you it because it was kind of popular a little bit ago, but it definitely has fallen off. Alright guys, we did it. Only 6 minutes and 30 seconds, so here's a bonus for you guys just starting out in Conquest, and it took me over 1,400 hours of playing this game to actually understand this concept. This game is not about kills, it's about farm. Outfarm your opponent and it gives you an advantage in every fight you have. After the 10-minute mark, every pick that you get, try your best to do an objective. Don't just sit there, don't box, just get Gold Fury, a Portal Demon, a tower, or at least invade their jungle camps. This game is designed to end at around 30 minutes. Not a lot of new people understand this when they're just starting out. The mechanics of the game ensure that this will end around that time. If you follow my tips and just farm, you will be ahead and to win all the team fights and secure the objectives. Lastly, don't chase kills. It's much more important to get an objective than it is to kill their support, who will kite you halfway around the map and you will lose your chance at an objective secure. Alright guys, that's all the time I have. I hope you liked this video. Comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching.